I gotta tell you, New York in December, it's not that warm. This episode of InTRUview InTRUview, we find ourselves in the heart of New York City. Emerald Dental Lab is where we're going. A couple of guys that knew nothing about the industry bought a lab, and they've been pretty successful ever since then. I'm Jeff Kraft. This episode starts right now. It's gonna be warm somewhere. Max Israel, thanks a lot for sitting down with me. I really appreciate it. You guys are busy here. I know you got a full office. A lot of them are watching, which makes it always fun when there's cameras around here as well. But I want to find out about you. How did you guys get together? You guys have been friends for a long time.
Yeah, so we've been friends for since high school, okay. And we've known it.
Okay.
And we kind of looked for something to do, into an interesting business together, and we came upon something that a dental lab, which is kind of like different than the regular business, I'd say.
Yeah.
This looks interesting. It's it's creative. It's industry that's at least at the beginning stages of innovation.
Yeah.
We were guided by the original owner, which is Steve, and he gave us the kind of like the basic training to be able to move on to get our own knowledge in it and grow the business as we go along.
So when you got into the business with Steve, he, you bought it from him, he handed it over. Where was it at and where is it now in terms of staff, the number of employees that you have here?
At that time, it was literally 4 people.
Is that right? No way. Wow,
yes.
okay.
So we started out pretty small. We kind of like grew the, every aspect of the business, but a focus was on the digital part, which was, it's new today, but it was even newer back then.
Oh yeah.
But we definitely, grew the crown and bridge, removables, even doing digital dentures when nobody was doing them. Actually, Steve helped us a lot in that aspect as well, because he was like, dabbling in that and that.
He had a small lab, but he had a lot of knowledge.
Okay.
And that was the, believe it or not, when we bought the business, first thing we did, we bought a mill and a scanner.
We had no idea
how to use it. We had no one in the office that actually knows how to design. When we hired someone, it was actually sitting in the lab probably for a year, collecting dust.
Was it intimidating? You just stared at it, like, I don't know what to do with it. I don't know. I know we should have it. We need it.
I think it was like if we don't buy it now, then we won't buy it for another couple of years.
Yeah.
And because it was sitting there, it was a pain in the neck. It was like, oh my gosh, there's so much money sitting right there and not doing anything. So it got us like to try to move on it.
Got it. And how many people do you have in the office now? It's over 20, right?
Yeah. So it's no, less than 20. It's approximately 15 or 16 employees.
Well, now let's go ahead and fast forward these 5 years. The evolution of dentistry is changing so much with 3D printing. Just in general makes it exciting. How do you stay on top of it now?
We're trying to be on top of our game.
Yeah.
Always. It's still wowing us every day with the new technology and what's possible. And we try to offer it to our dentists. Not all of them even know. So that's why we try to be ahead of the game so we could, educate them of what's possible today.
What's the goal of the office of Emerald in general? Do you want to expand locations? Do you want to maybe be in-house with the doctor as well? Like, what's the goal with Emerald?
Expand location? No.
No?
I'd rather have one huge freaking facility.
I don't think we want to get the doctors in, but like we want to, obviously, we started out, we're, I would say probably 10 times the size than when we started out.
Yeah.
So that's the goal, just every 5 years, 10 times the size, and then, we'll be fine, I think.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you guys have a pretty good grasp on it so far. The InTRUview relationship. You've been with InTRUview basically since you guys took over.
When we started out, our knowledge was very limited, so we didn't really know we didn't know InTRUview from origin. But as time went on, we started doing implants and we started offering most of these things. I think the most unique thing about InTRUview is that they're a big company that's small. You can literally get to the person that picked up the phone last time, and it's a very personal touch to it. And I think that's obviously they make a great product. Let's not throw away the product, but it's one thing to have a great product that you're selling out there, and the second thing is not to you know, when a company grows to the size that they are, sometimes it gets into some people's heads. It doesn't. So I think that's something that's greatly,
I agree.
like we as a lab appreciate that very more.
Got it. Got it. Are you guys excited about the future of the industry as a whole? I mean, it could scare the hell out of people sometimes. Does it scare you or does it excite you?
It excites me because I don't sit here and think like, you know, every doctor will have a chairside milling and they're going to cross out the labs. That's not my mindset. There's always going to be a need for labs, I believe. You just have to make sure you're on top of your game.
Yeah. What are you most excited about?
I think surgical guides is something that excites me right now. That's what we are into very much. And
Okay.
It's something that I believe will. A lot of doctors are doing free-handed, but the way I see it is that doctors are getting into surgical guides more and more. More and more general dentists are doing surgeries, so.
There's a bunch of companies that started doing these designing, and then like they can literally like send you pre-op a lot of these materials that you need, and you can pretty much like do the surgery and insert, like have the patient walk out with something, you know, pretty decent.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Outside of the office, what do you guys like to do?
Having 5 kids doesn't allow you to do a lot. You come to work, you
Period.
go.
That is
Period. I take a break when I come home.
Yeah, have pretty big families,
Okay.
so that kind of like takes away most of our time. But yeah, I've learned as time went on that basically just doing nothing is kind of like my thing.
Got it. Got it. You just want peace and quiet.
I just want to.
You're not going to go home and get peace and quiet.
Exactly.
So you guys say you guys have a big family. Is this an industry that you can see your kids getting into and taking over the legacy and growing Emerald? Or are you like, yeah, no, we're good. You guys go do something else.
Our job is to build it to be efficient and big enough so they can take it over.
There you go. There you go, sir. You want them to take it over.
There's great opportunities. It's interesting. It's not you know, just ABC. It's something that's more of a, you know, you have to like really like get into it, understand it, to be able to really like succeed in this business.
Until then, though, keep the kids at home and you get to come here and separate yourself.
I think once the kids start coming here, I'm going to start staying home.
I like that. I like that. All right, so Steve, I walk into the office and I'm told that I'm going to sit down with the owners. I have a conversation with the owners. They're fantastic. And then they tell me, yeah, but the other owner is still working here in the back. I'm like, what are you talking about? A guy named Steve is here working in the back, and we bought it from him. I got to find this out. First, how did you get into the industry and when did you start this lab?
I got into this industry in 1968.
Okay.
On the recommendation of my cousin, who had a friend that owned the lab, and he found me a job in the lab. So actually I started sweeping floors.
Okay.
I worked for quite some time, first in that lab, and then I switched to another lab. And then my cousin opened up his own business in the city. And then by that time I already became a technician. I knew what I was doing. And I helped him out. Shortly after, I started my own business with my brother.
Good for you. And then you decided that you wanted to retire.
I decided to take it easy, you know, and not to work as hard, to retire, and put the business up for sale. These guys came around and they put my business.
So they bought the business under one condition.
Yes.
You still can't leave.
Well, I promised them I'll teach them everything I know, I'll help them along, and, you know, till they're ready to take over on their own, and that's exactly what happened.
I mean, it sounds like you're really passionate about the industry. You've been in the industry for a long time. You've seen it go from analog to where it now is, it truly is digital. Do you still enjoy the industry, or do you feel like the art form of the industry has kind of gone?
This industry I love more now than I ever did before.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Because today, for what I do in the digital department, is I don't consider work. For me, that's fun. So I'm having fun and getting paid at the same time. And I love that part. You're talking to a fellow here who used to go home on Fridays with the bloody fingers from grindings.
Yeah.
And so you compare that work to this work, that's why I don't call this work.
So tell me about Israel and Max. Tell me about these guys that came in and bought it. It kind of seems like you guys are all family now.
Yes. They are very nice guys, very honest, sincere. Everything I was promised, I got. and I promised them I help them along. So whatever I promised them, they got from me. And we still remain friends to this day, and I'm happy to help them along.
It's nice to have that.
Yes, it's nice to have that, yes.
So when do you feel like you're going to truly step out? Are you going to wait for Max and Israel to say, okay, I think we're good? Or are you going to say, I'm done?
Honestly, you know, when I sold my business, I really thought I was going to sell it, stay home, do a little fishing, do a little this, a little bit that. And I'm going to enjoy that. And then the COVID came around, and I stayed home for 6-7 months. And then I find out, you know, if I stay home, I think I'm going to go nuts.
Yeah.
So Max and Israel were nice enough. They gave me a job, and I worked for a while. And I still come here part-time, and I help along a little bit.
Staying home and being retired isn't all what it's cracked up to be. What else do you like to do outside? You said you like to go fishing.
Yes, I like to do fishing, yes.
So that's your hobby on the side?
That's my hobby. Yes.
So you've got two hobbies.
Yes.
You like to work and you like to fish.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah.
You guys have to be in the middle. One more. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. The honors of maybe opening up some gifts.
Max, I gotta say, for a couple of guys like you and Israel that didn't know anything about the industry, growing it, I mean, come on, you gotta be pretty impressed with yourself.
It was a great experience to get there and get to know, learn everything.
Yeah.
And looking forward to 5 years from now, see you again, maybe in a much bigger facility.
Maybe, and Steve might even be here still.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Look forward to seeing you again.
It was good seeing you. Thank you so much.
You
Have a great day.
Well, there you go. Another episode is done. Really impressed by these two guys. Hey, who are we going to interview next time? Could be you. See ya. So the true heartbeat of the company is right back here with the ladies. Hello, ladies. How are you? Good to see you guys. So I heard you guys really run the entire office. Is that what it is? That's the truth? Yeah,
we're the big brains. Yeah,
the big brains. What is your name?
My name is Davika.
So what do you do here, Davika?
So we, as a collective, we all make sure that everything in this office stays organized.
Okay.
Organization is key, and with organization comes success.
There you go.
So we just try to make sure that everything is running smoothly in here, and that helps not just us, but the whole team. It helps our techs, it helps our clients, everyone.
Yeah, I told you that the heartbeat of the company here. What's your name?
Christine.
Christine? Christine, what do you do here?
I'm
What's
the
your title?
office manager.
The office manager. Got it. And what about you? What's your name?
Hazel.
Hazel. So, have you guys ever seen InTRUview before? You guys ever seen the episodes?
Yes.
Yes.
Before getting into this industry, no.
Yeah.
But once I heard you guys were coming,
Yep.
I had to do my research.
So what do you think about this crazy show?
Oh, I'm a fan.
Are you?
Yeah.
So
I'm a fan. I'm converted, fully converted.
Got fans. We got fans over here. If you guys can still be fans of the show, that would really appreciate it. We would need a lot of viewers. Okay. Now watch every episode.
Exactly. Subscribe.
Yeah, that's right. Hit subscribe.
Leave a like.
Hit subscribe and like on
Big
wherever
up
it's on the
wherever
thing.
it is.
Yeah,
Big
wherever
up
it
on
is.
the web.
And comment and whatever else those
Wherever.
kids do. I'm not even sure anymore.